All right, welcome back to Mohawk-Garage. Today I'm out here working on my friend Jenny's Can-Am. Still. Decided that I was gonna do some wiring for her. Put some lights on there. She got some rock lights. We got single colored rock lights, blue. Reason being, you can get them in different colors and color changing and everything, but a lot of times when we go out and meet people on the rides and things, everybody's got the same app to control their lights. So when you're sitting at the parking lot and there's 30 people around and somebody decides they want to change their lights, then your lights change. And then it's just always a pain to get them all sorted out, especially when you're still in a group of riding. So I like to just pick a color and stick with it. You know, on my Talon, it's all red. Her car, it's blue, so we're gonna go with all blue. So I got some rock lights. And when I installed them on my Talon, it was pretty straightforward, pretty creative. On the Can-Ams, it's going to be a little trickier. So we're going to have to do some kind of stealth mounting because I don't want them sticking down below the skid plate and getting knocked off. So I'm going to find a way to mount them above the skid plate. I'm probably going to cut out some notches so that the light will come through there nice. I'll show you when I get there. And then some of the other things we'll probably just use adhesive and screws, get them mounted up. We're gonna be doing lights today. Let's do this. All right, to put these lights on, probably gonna use a combination of double-sided Gorilla tape and screws. Plus I'm gonna be working on the skid plate areas and stuff, so I'm gonna wash this thing first. It's only got a few miles on it since the last time I washed it, but you wanna be able to have a clean surface for that adhesive to bite to, and I don't really want to spend all this time wiping everything down, so pressure washer. All right, I wanted to make sure this worked before I showed you, and now I got it all put back together, so there you go, magic of YouTube. I've applied the first rock light right here with just double-sided Gorilla tape. See how well that holds up, whether it needs screws through it or not. I'm gonna try not to, but I pulled this over fender thing off here. I drilled a hole behind it so that I can run the wiring through there. And I have run one paired wire to the front, and I'm going to splice all these front ones into that instead of running all these wires everywhere. So I'm going to have like a little junction up here where I'll just use crimp fastener, waterproof crimp fasteners to connect all these lights up here and then run that back to the switch box, picking up the lights along the way, hopefully. We'll see. So the second one I'm going to put up under here. I'll show you in just a second. It's going to go kind of behind the headlight where you can't see it. Important for me anyways is that you don't want to see these rock lights. You want to see the glow from them, but you don't want to see the lights themselves. So I found a place up under here. It's 2 layers of plastic. So I'm gonna put some adhesive on it and screw through there. I got some screws that were just long enough to come through here into the plastic and not go through the second layer of plastic. So all right, maybe you can see I got this one up here. I'm gonna put the second one here by the light, far but behind the headlight as I can get it, and still be able to get the screw in. Hold firmly, make sure the adhesive sticks. For these particular lights, 5/8 was the perfect size for the screw to go through the housing, but not through the second layer of plastic. Screw that up in there. Hopefully, can get the screwdriver on this one. It's important when you're screwing into the plastic like that you don't strip it out. So just ease it up in there until it's tight and then stop. If you strip the hole out, then you're screwed. That's good there. Okay. And we got 2 in this wheel well here. Let's go to the other side. To help hide the wires a little bit for this one right here, I'm gonna drill a hole through the plastic here so that the cord can just run immediately through there, so it doesn't end up swang dangling out there. Keep the cord nice and short for this one that's connected to the fender flare. And then I'll try and figure out how I'm gonna run them all. Probably behind this panel, across there, junction up in the middle somewhere, run down that side. Hell yeah! Here we go! Alright, so got the 4 wires here for the front lights. The trickiest part about messing with these pre-terminated, very small wires is getting the outside sheathing off. What I do is I take a razor blade and very gently I'll set it on there and roll the wire against something else. You don't have to necessarily go all the way through it. You don't have to be violent with it. Just nice and easy, just to split that, then bend it back and forth, and that wiring, that outer coating will just come right off. So, split it a little bit, bend it, and then pull it off. Bang, bang. When you're working with these small wires, a regular wire stripper, like a automatic stripper like this, will just destroy these wires. So what I do is I hit it with just the lighter for just a tiny second, just to help that plastic kind of separate there, like that, and just use your thumb to strip the rest of it off. Bam, bam. Put all these together, red to red, red to red, black to black to black to black. I like to use these type of connectors so that after you get your wires crimped on there, you can melt this part down. It's gonna be tricky with all these, but you just twist them all together. After getting all the wires in there, come back through with your lighter or heat gun or whatever you want. Melt these down. It's gonna serve several purposes. It's gonna keep your connection dry. It's also gonna hold on to those little wires, keep them from pulling out. There you go, just like that. All right. So, the Can-Am has got a really flat floor, unlike my Talon where it had ridges to actually hide these lights behind. So, I ended up cutting some holes in the floor. Obviously, as you can see, there's plenty of holes, so no big deal. And recess mounting these rock lights under the seats, basically. And so, this way, they're not going to get hit with rocks sliding across them and stuff like that, and yet you still can't see them from the outside, so should work out pretty good. Wanted to do a test run before I showed you guys, so I'll show you how I did it on the next one. First, I found an adequate spot in the floor. I took one of the back covers off of the lights to use as a template, so I'm gonna mount them in a place where it's easily accessible to mount it. There's a large hole here, but it's too big for the lights and too much to work with. So we're gonna mount it here, same place as I did in the front seat. And I'm going to take a drill, pop these holes in it, go to the bottom, trace the outside of this, and then cut it out. Bingo, bingo, bang. So I really just got to drill one of these holes. Just find the hole there, run that through right there, then go down to the bottom. On the bottom, find my hole, put my template back on there, drill my other hole, make sure it's pretty straight. Drill my other hole. Trace out the center section of this light with the pattern here. Got to keep some room over here to be able to mount it. So cut that section off right there. That section off right there. And I'm not sure what you call this tool here. I believe it's called a plunge cutter. But it's perfect for this. Then I got some screws that were a bit longer. I don't remember how long. These are 1 inch long. And mounted the light end through the top. And screw right into the light itself. I got number 8 screws, but yours might vary by the manufacturer. Once again, you're screwing into plastic, so don't overdo it. But there you go, there's the finished product. Looks great. Looks like it should shine plenty of light out of there. And if you're worried about what the skid plate looks like, I mean, you got self-tappers sticking through here, holes, scrapes. It's okay. It's all about the visual. Okay, for each one of these lights, I've been using this Gorilla tape. It's supposed to be like 100 pounds max. These things weigh, I don't know, half an ounce. So hopefully they've got the longevity. So even the ones that I'm screwing on, I'm still putting this on the back. That'll just keep it from, it'll help it give it some vibration resistance so that it doesn't back the screws out. Now we'll go mount these last 2 in the rear, get everything wired up.